Mine.
And I'm putting everyone on mute. Okay, that's good. Okay. So, hello and welcome everyone. My name is Vandana Pitke, and I am president of Rhode Island Holistic Healing Association. This is our 23rd year of running this organization, and I started in 2022. Um, just a little bit about our organization. We run the monthly meetings, and we have almost like 72 to 75 modalities in holistic healing, and everyone we pick some like expert to talk about like different holistic modalities. Um, this month, as we are celebrating the International Day of Yoga, I was looking for some expert, and Dr. Mainil, we had him talk in February. He introduced me to Dr. Vikram, uh, aka Dada, and I'm going to call him Dada henceforward. So, thank you, Dada, for being our speaker tonight, for accepting our invitation. And I'm really looking forward for, learn more from you about yoga, because when I started my journey, in spirituality or in, meditation and all that, like long ago, yoga is not something just like the physical exercise, but something beyond that. So we will learn more about the concept of yoga from Dada in few minutes. Before that, I would like to um, introduce him. And like if you see his background, it's phenomenal. So he is a chemical and environmental engineer with a PhD in environmental engineering from Virginia Tech. He has held leadership roles in consulting, manufacturing, research, and technology development. His current work focuses on leveraging artificial intelligence to promote environmental sustainability. Beyond his professional pursuit, Dada is a dedicated student of yoga, the Bhagavad Gita, and Vedanta. So Vedanta is a, you can say, a school of thought of philosophy in Hinduism, and it's a vast concept. Maybe Dada can talk about it a little bit later. He also mentors an online holistic lifestyle management program designed to help individuals achieve health, well-being, and inner joy. Dada regularly speaks on topics related to environment, yoga, Vedanta, and Bhagavad Gita. He has delivered talks across the globe, traveling to more than 2 dozens of countries, and many of his presentations are available on YouTube. Um, I will request him to share the YouTube link, and you can watch many of his videos there. So, welcome, Dada. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, Vandanatai, for this introduction and also for inviting me to share my views on yoga with you. We will start with the word yoga. But even before that, I have to explain to you why she calls me Dada or why she called me Dada. Dada means brother, elder brother in our language. The reason she thinks of me as a brother and I think of her as a sister is completely scientific. Let me explain that to you. We all think that we are this body, we live inside the body, and outside is the world. So that's the experience we all get. How does this body get created? This body is created from elements of nature. We consume from the air, from water, or from the soil. So all the molecules in our body were a part of nature at one point. Therefore, our bodies have come out of the womb of Mother Nature. That's why we call her Mother Nature. So if we were to look at this planet from somewhere else, we would see this planet alive. Little creatures like us sprouting from the planet, moving around for a while and then dissolving once again into the planet. Therefore, Mother Nature happens to be our mother. We can also call Mother Earth. She is our mother because she gave us our body. But who's the father? If there is a body here, a being, there has to be a father as well. We have established that there is a mother. Mother is our nature, or nature is our mother. Father is the principle that animates this piece of nature. If you consider, earlier the molecules in this body used to be in the soil, we used to call it soil or earth. Then the same molecules got converted into another piece of soil, which we started calling as food. That happened through the process of photosynthesis. Then that material went into our bodies. It got transformed through the process of digestion into this. So this piece of earth, Vandana calls me Dada, I call her Vandana, and there are so many people here. Our mother is Mother Nature or Mother Earth, and our father is the consciousness we have. We are all conscious, we are all alive. Our aliveness, our consciousness is common. That's the father principle. Your consciousness is not different from my consciousness. There are no two different consciousnesses. There's only one consciousness that pervades this entire creation, animates me, animates you, animates all of us. That's the father principle. Therefore, if your mother and my mother is Mother Nature, your father and my father is consciousness. Therefore, Vandana is my real sister. So is everybody here. We are all brothers and sisters. This entire world is one family, and we are all siblings. If we think of each other in this manner, there is no way there will be any conflict. In our language, in Sanskrit, there is a saying. It says, Ayam nijam paro veti, ganana laghu chetasa, udara hridayanato, vasudhaiva kutumbakam. So those with very small hearts will think of themselves as separate from the other. Whereas those who have a large heart, whose consciousness has expanded, they will think of the entire world as their family. That's the culture I come from. So I welcome all of you, my brothers and sisters, to this talk. Now let's talk about yoga. The word yoga itself means union. Now union means there has to be two things to unite. So what are those two things and what is this union? What does that actually mean? You all heard of Patanjali, who is the author of Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra is aphorisms or formulas of the entire yoga philosophy condensed into 190 some aphorisms. If somebody learns those, not by heart, but understands the meaning of those, then we will realize who we are truly. The aphorisms begin with Atha Yoganushasanam. Atha means and therefore. Yoga Anushasanam. Anushasan means self-discipline. Shasana means discipline or forcibly making people behave the way you want them to behave. So the government will implement Shasan. The police will implement or make sure that everybody is under Shasan. That means somebody else is controlling us. Whereas Anushasan means we control ourselves. Anushasan means self-discipline. So therefore, yoga Anushasan. Okay. Therefore, why? Until now you have tried many different things. If you have tried some things and you have failed, what did you try to do? We've tried to do many things. If you boil those things down to two fundamental principles, the first principle is I do anything and everything to ensure that I am not suffering in any manner. So any and all of my activities are geared towards I should not suffer. Get rid of sorrow, get rid of suffering. That's number one. And number two, I should be happy. So I should get rid of sorrow and I should be happy. Those are the only two things I do in my life. It doesn't matter what you do in life, including listening to this webinar. So if you think that something else may be more exciting for you than listening to this webinar, you will of course go do that. You have come here not to become unhappy. You have come here to be happy. You have come here to hopefully learn how to get rid of sorrow forever. Who amongst you wants to have sorrow in their life? I hope nobody. Nobody wants to have sorrow. And everybody wants to be happy. That's just our natural urge. Why is that an urge within all of us? Have you ever thought of that? The thing is, anything that has originated from someplace wants to go back to it. That's just the nature of the world. So the reservoir of water in this earth or in this planet or on this planet is the ocean. So water always wants to go back to the ocean in some manner. Okay, from the ocean it will evaporate, it will go into the clouds, but then the clouds will rain all over the place, and then eventually the water will flow down towards the ocean. So water has found its way back to the ocean because that's the reservoir. In our case, why do we want to be happy? Because happiness, joy is our essential nature. That's why we all want to be happy. In the process, we become unhappy or we suffer, that's a different issue. Why does that happen? It happens because we think that our happiness is dependent upon some place, some time, some situation, some person, or something. So as soon as we acquire the thing we like, or we get rid of the thing we don't like, as soon as we acquire the person we like and get rid of the person we don't like, similarly with the place where we live, or the time in which we live, or the situation in which we live. We always want all of these things to be aligned in such a way that they give us a pleasant experience of life. If that doesn't happen, then we try to change it. If we are doing something to change the situation or the person or the place, there will be some effort required. So that effort will cause suffering. Once you get that thing or that person or that place, it will feel good for a while. But then afterwards, that same situation, same person, same thing might become a cause of sorrow. So the example would be, I'm sure all of you like something or the other. Some people like a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, or some people like pizza, or some people like a fruit like a mango. I love mangoes. Okay, I'm hungry. Beautiful mangoes, very tasty mangoes, sweet mangoes are available. Right now is the season. So I start eating mangoes. If my happiness were to be in the mango, then each mango I consume should give me the same amount of happiness. Does that happen? The first mango is wonderful. The second mango is also wonderful. The third mango is okay. Fourth mango is slightly less okay. Fifth mango is even less okay. And the 10th mango is definitely repulsive. This is true about every single thing in our life. Not just thing, but also person, place, situation, and time. Nothing in this world can make us permanently happy or joyful. Why? Because these things in the world are not permanent. So how can we expect to be permanently happy with things that are not permanent? So then figure out what is permanent, because if you realize what is permanent and if you are stuck to that, then you will be permanently happy. So that's the second line in the Yoga Sutra. Patanjali Muni says, initially, Atha Yoganushasana. Then he says, Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha. It means through yoga, you calm down the sensations or the perturbations in your mind. You calm down your mind. Chitta vritti nirodha means, chitta means mind, vritti means thoughts that come in the mind, or the perturbations. Nirodha means you stop them. at their source. Don't let any thoughts cross your mind. Can you really do that? See, the mind is going to think. That's what it is meant for. So if you go to a doctor, an eye doctor, and tell the doctor, hey, doctor so and so, when I open my eyes in the morning, I can see. Then the doctor will say, listen, you don't need an eye doctor. You came to the wrong doctor. You have to go to a doctor who is going to cure your brain. You need to go to the asylum, mental asylum, not to the eye doctor. So if your eyes are working fine, why would you want to go to the doctor? So if your mind is working fine, means there are thoughts through the mind, there is no problem. Thoughts in the mind is not a problem. But an avalanche of thoughts, if the mind cannot control the thoughts that flow through the mind, a nice gentle breeze is beautiful. But if there is a storm, then it's not beautiful. That's what happens to us. Patanjali Muni says you calm your mind down. Of course, if you calm your mind down completely, there are no thoughts in your mind, you will feel great. Guess what? It happens to me every day. Actually, not every day. It happens every night. It happens to all of you every night. If you are able to fall asleep in deep sleep, there are no thoughts in the mind. Therefore, you are in bliss. Unfortunately, that bliss is in unawareness. We don't really know we are in bliss. If that kind of bliss, we experience a little bit of that when we wake up in the morning. If you have had a good night's sleep, then when you wake up, you will feel good. You will feel great. You will feel awesome for a while. And then you start using your phone and you start chatting and you use WhatsApp and you do whatever. Then your peace of mind gets disturbed. What to do? If you know that the mind is meant for thinking, how do you think? You see, if you go to the jungle, you'll get scared because all kinds of trees are growing all over the place. But when you go to a garden, it feels great because all the trees are nicely pruned and they are arranged properly. It feels great. The same way in the mind, if thoughts are arranged properly, it feels good. But if thoughts are just at random and flying from here to there, then your mind will be disturbed. So if you calm your mind down, then what will happen? Then Patanjali Muni says, Tada drashtu swarupe avasthano. Means then you will realize who you are. You will realize your swarupa. Swarupa means self image. Swa means self and rupa means image. Or your being basically. What is your being? If you realize what your being is, then you will keep it properly. But if you don't know your being, then you will be disturbed. So the ultimate aim of yoga, as well as any spiritual practice for a human being, is to realize their own essential nature. Yoga will help us do that. Yoga will help us do that by disciplining the mind. Right now, our problem is the mind is not disciplined at all. The mind will just simply run after one thought or another. If one thought comes to the mind, then another thought comes after that, another thought comes after that. There is a torrent of thoughts. We cannot calm our mind down. That's the problem. So therefore, if that's our problem, then yoga discipline will help us. Unfortunately, the word yoga has been misunderstood as a set of exercises, twisting your body into impossible shapes, or certain breathing techniques. So yoga is unfortunately limited to mostly this, whereas yoga has 6 more dimensions to it. It is called Ashtanga. Ashtanga means 8 different limbs or 8 different facets of yoga. The physical postures is called asana and the breathing techniques are called pranayama. Pranayama. They can be achieved or they can be successfully pursued only if two other disciplines before that are followed. And then once you have followed these 1, 2, 3, 4 disciplines, then the next four also have to be followed. There are total 8. So Smita, you have a question? You are unmuted. All right. So Patanjali says that there are 8 different aspects of yoga, 8 different steps of yoga. Now, if I'm hungry and if I eat 8 different loaves of bread or chapatis, then I feel satisfied. So I stack up my chapatis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I start eating. If I say to myself that I will eat the 8th chapati first, will I be satiated? Absolutely not. I'll have to eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chapatis, only then the 8th chapati will satiate me. So if I understand this, then Patanjali Muni has given us those 8 steps for some reason. Because unless you follow those steps, unless you take the first 2 steps, the third step is going to be very hard. It's very hard to jump to the third step from the ground, isn't it? So, first step is called yama. Yama means what not to do, simply. Yama also means how we should deal with the world and how the world would deal with us. Our relationship with the world is defined through yama. So, yama are 5 disciplines that Patanjali Muni has described to us. Number 1, ahimsa. Ahimsa means you are not going to hurt anybody either through your body or through your speech or even in your mind. We are not going to hurt anybody. Secondly, satya means you are not going to lie. You are going to be truthful. First, you have to be truthful to yourself. Only then you can be truthful to somebody else. That's pretty simple. The third thing is not to steal. Not to steal means you should not covet something that does not belong to you. Now you think of what belongs to you on this planet. In principle, nothing belongs to us because everything on this planet has been around before we showed up. So you may tell me, oh, Dada, I bought this phone, this is mine. Okay, I went to the store, I paid for it, and this is mine. So, Mr. So and so or Miss So and so, the telephone has certain materials. Did you create those materials? Or did the telephone company create those materials? No, they mined those materials from this planet. They transformed those materials into this phone. Software was installed, and then we bought it. What did we create? Nothing. I'm wearing this shirt, right? So this shirt was made up of cotton. This cotton was grown on the planet, not by me, by some farmer somewhere else. That cotton was turned into yarn, then it was turned into cloth, and somebody else stitched it and they transported it to the store from where I bought it. All of these things were done by somebody else, and the cotton itself was grown on the planet. Nobody created that, not a person. It was created by nature. So I have not created anything in this world. I may use it for a while, including my body. My body has come into being because of the blessings of my parents. What belongs to me? So if I consider anything to be mine, including this body, we may use it for a while. Everything has a utility, including this body. Everything in this world has a utility. So if I have a phone, if I use it properly, it allows me to talk to people. I can also browse the internet, send WhatsApp messages, so on and so forth. It has proven to be useful. If it doesn't do that, then it is waste. Similarly, this body, if it is not useful, to whom? To everybody, not just me, then it will have lived its useful nature rather than being wasted. If my body has to be useful, it has to be in a good shape. It has to be maintained properly. So this yoga discipline helps us maintain our body really well. I'll show you some pictures and you will realize how we can maintain our body. It doesn't matter at what age. At young age, of course, our body is much fitter, much more flexible, but we can maintain quite a bit of that fitness and flexibility even in advanced ages. So, asteya, not to steal. The fourth thing is the most misunderstood term in Sanskrit language. It's called brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is very loosely translated as celibacy. So celibacy is only an outwardly manifestation of brahmacharya. The word brahmacharya really means walking in the direction of Brahma. Brahma literally means the infinite. So anybody who is walking in the direction of the infinite, which is essentially trying to realize our own essential nature. So if we are walking in the direction of, or if our pursuit is towards realizing our essential nature, then we are essentially practicing brahmacharya. Most of our sages and rishis who gave us profound knowledge in this area were married people. They were householders. They had children. So they were not celibate. So celibacy is not brahmacharya. Celibacy will be a natural outcome or consequence of brahmacharya. The fifth thing is aparigraha. Aparigraha means you should not collect too many things. You know, when we say something is mine, this laptop is mine, I have a phone, I have this earplug, and this shirt is mine, this body is mine, this house is mine. With each one of these things I call mine, there is a bond of attachment, the bond of mineness. The more such bonds we have, the more bound we are. Just like a little insect will get stuck in a cobweb, it cannot move anywhere because now it is stuck. Man is rich in proportion to the things he can live without. I'll repeat that. Man is rich in proportion to the things he can live without. So, the fewer things we can live with, the fewer things that can satisfy us, the richer we are. If we always covet thing 1, thing 2, thing 3, and thing n, we will never be happy. Non covetousness, non possessiveness, aparigraha. Don't hoard anything, don't collect too many things. So, these are the 5 disciplines we need to do so that our relationship with the world is okay. Ahimsa, I don't hurt anybody, the world is happy with me. I always speak the truth, the world is happy with me, they know how to deal with me. Hmm? Then I don't steal anything, everybody is happy with me. Brahmacharya means I am more interested in realizing who I am versus trying to achieve something in the world or collect things from the world or trying to establish power and so on. And then ultimately, I don't want to possess or hoard or collect too many things. So these are the 5 disciplines with respect to the world, yama. I'm going to take a pause here and see if you have any questions or comments so far. I'm going step by step. Is it okay so far? Making sense? We are on the same page? Or something is too far out? Good. So we'll go to the next one. The next one is called niyama. Niyama means what I should do with myself, my behavior towards myself. What are the disciplines I should follow in my own life? So the first one is shaucha. Shaucha means cleanliness. Now cleanliness doesn't mean cleanliness of my body. Of course, you should take a shower morning and evening or as many times as you like, at least once a day. But also cleansing of the mind. What do I entertain? What kind of thoughts I entertain? What kind of things I think of? Those have to be pure. That purity is very important. Inner purity. This is called shaucha. Next is santosha. Santosha means contentment. Contentment with whatever I have done well, I have done to the best of my ability. Whatever I have got in return, I am satisfied with it. I'm not coveting too much more. That is called contentment. The third one is perseverance or austerity. It's called tapa. The word tapa in Sanskrit really means to heat up. See, when we do all of these things with discipline, it requires a lot of perseverance, a lot of austerities. That is called tapa. That will heat us up, and this heat will purify us for sure. Then swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means study of scriptures or study of the self. Swa adhyaya. Swa means the self, adhyaya means to study. So I study scriptures or I study those things that are going to lead me towards realizing who I am. Swadhyaya. And then finally, Ishvara Pranidhana. Ishvara Pranidhana also is misunderstood a bit. Ishvara Pranidhana means surrender to God's will. I say adherence to natural laws. Our physical aspect in this world is governed by nature. So nature works according to certain laws. We all know that. Anybody who can observe nature a bit carefully will realize that our the physical aspect of our being, is governed by certain natural laws. If we understand those laws, if we adhere to those laws, then our life experience is beautiful. It's just like when you're surfing, some people who might have seen the sport of surfing. I don't know how to surf. So if I do surfing, then I will drown in the ocean and I'll have to swim back out. But the one who understands how to surf, they know how to ride the wave. So our life is also like that. If we can ride the waves of our life, then our experience of life is very good. If we can ride the natural cycles, what are the natural cycles? Oh my God, I get hungry in the morning. So I eat. Then I'm satisfied. So I should stop. When? Until when? Until I get hungry again. If I can follow that one discipline in my life, not to eat unless I'm hungry, many of the natural principles become very obvious. You can try that. So we studied the yama, what not to do. Now we are studying what to do. So Shaucha, Santosha, Tapas, Svadhyaya, Ishvara, Pranidhanani, Niyamaha. These are the 5 disciplines that we have to follow in our life for ourselves. So we are okay with ourselves. Only when we do these. So these are like the 10 commandments of yoga. Then we will do asana. Asana means sthira sukham asana. Most people think that you should be able to stay steady in one pose. That is called asana. No, 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 no. The real meaning is you should be able to sit comfortably. Sthira sukham. So that sukham has to be sthira, not the asana. If your sukha is sthira, means your joy or your comfort is steady, then that asana is good. So if you are sitting in one posture for the last half an hour and if you feel like moving, move. Who is stopping you? Your pleasure in sitting has to be steady. Only if your yama and niyama have been done properly, then can your body remain steady. When your body remains steady, then pranayama can happen. Pranayama actually means the balancing of the energies in the body. Prana means energies of the body rather than just the breath. Although the prana, the life force within our body, is also connected with our breath. So if our breathing is normal, if our breathing is rhythmic, I don't know if Shekhar Dada has told you regarding rhythmic breathing according to Hanuman Chalisa. So there is a 40 verse poem in our language which is Hanuman Chalisa. It's basically controlling our breath. So each verse has 4 parts. So when we read the first part, we breathe in. When we read the second part, we hold the breath. When we read the third part, we exhale. And when we read the fourth part, we hold the breath out. When we do this 40 times, we have inhaled and exhaled 40 times, and we have also held our breath how many times? 80 times. After breathing in, hold the breath. After breathing out, hold the breath. So in each cycle, we are holding the breath twice. When our breath is held without movement, that's when the mind is very calm. So it helps calm the mind. Because yoga, I said in the beginning, it's a discipline of the mind, not of the body. So we have done yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. Then the fifth aspect is pratyahara. I've done 2 sessions of 2 hours each on pratyahara. It's that important. Pratyahara means prati ahara. Ahara means to take in, and prati ahara means to avoid that. Does that mean, Dada, you don't eat? No, no, I do eat. I eat well. But I eat only when I'm hungry. And I eat only as much as I can digest. So once I have digested everything, then I'll get hungry again. So then I eat again. No big deal. So if we consume only what we need and avoid consuming whatever we don't need, only consume to our capacity and only as much as our bodily needs are. That is called pratyahara. The three final aspects Patanjali Muni has explained to us are with the mind. Those are the inner disciplines. Whatever we have done so far was external. Pratyahara was halfway between, and then the next three are purely internal. So the first one is dharana, the second one is dhyana, and the third one is samadhi. So these are the three internal aspects of yoga. In this case, our mind is kept focused on one object for a long duration, okay, at one place. So when we fix ourselves in one place, one object, and for a long time, so in space and time, we hold our mind for a long duration. That's when samadhi happens. Samadhi is the ultimate experience of a human being. We experience samadhi during our sleep, but in unawareness. If we can experience that bliss we experience during the sleep, whatever bliss we experience in unawareness, if we can experience it in full awareness, that is called samadhi. If we can achieve that, then we will have achieved the objective of yoga. I've spoken for about 35 minutes. Vandana Tai indicated to me that I would speak about Vedanta. Vedanta is a really long topic and we should save it for another time. And I'll be happy to talk about it. But today we were thinking about talking about yoga as a holistic discipline for holistic health. And the health is not just bodily health, but also mental health and spiritual health. If we maintain this discipline, if we follow these 8 limbs I just told you about, we will be healthy at all 3 levels. Our body will be supremely healthy. Our mind will be calm and we will be joyful in our spirit. So that's where I would like to stop for right now and then I'll take some questions. So if you have any questions or comments, I'm happy to take those. Please go ahead. Okay, Vandana Dai,
Yeah. Anyone, any questions? I think Nilima has a question.
raise her hand. Okay,
Yeah.
Nilima Dai, go ahead.
I have a comment. It was a great talk, Dada. You
Thank you.
have summarized it very well from the basic until the how it can help in the holistic, not only body health but even mental and spiritual health. Really wonderful gist of the
Thank you.
yoga. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nilima Dai.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
please.
So, aparigraha, right? Can you talk a little bit more about that? Because theoretically, listening to it, yes, it looks very simple, right? Just like I'm watching a surgeon putting some like stitches on, but when I do it, it's difficult, right?
Correct.
As a student. So, can you talk about it a little bit more?
Okay, so for understanding aparigraha, we will have to understand what parigraha means. Aparigraha is the opposite of parigraha. Parigraha means to collect things. You see, we misunderstand that if we collect things, if we own things, if we possess things, if we obtain things, then we will be happy in some manner. Why this happens is because of our mistaken notion that we are in some manner incomplete. We mistake ourselves to be limited, incomplete in space, time, and object. Object means only this body I am, and the rest I am not. So I have put a boundary between me and the world of this body. So inside the body I am, outside the body is the world. I gave you the example of this in the very beginning, and I explained to you how you are my sister. That is only in the relative world. When we are awake, when we are in this world, when we interact with each other, you are my sister, because the relationship between a sister and a brother is the most pure of all. Okay? But in essence, when I realize my essential nature as pure consciousness, in that consciousness I experience all of you. So even though I experience you as apart from me, or you appear to be apart from me, I am experiencing you within me. Am I not? You tell me, in your household there are four people, husband, wife, two children. Each one of you has a different experience of that same house. Each one of us has a unique experience. We don't have anybody else's experience. We have only our own experience. In our own consciousness, we experience this whole world. So this whole world is not really apart from me. It's a part of me. If I realize that, then my sense of incompleteness vanishes. When the sense of incompleteness vanishes, then the desire to possess things more than necessary diminishes. So it's a matter of understanding. It's not a matter of discipline. You see, discipline is a natural consequence of understanding or awareness. So I'm sitting on the second floor here. If I want to go to the ground floor, I can take the stairs or I can jump from the balcony. Both will achieve the same objective, right? But
Yeah.
I'm not going to jump from the balcony because I know that if I jump from the balcony, something bad might happen. So this discipline of not jumping from the balcony, does that require any discipline? It requires only awareness. So if I know that following these 10 commandments is going to be good for me, and why will I not follow those commandments? Because I know if I don't follow those commandments, then my life will be miserable, which it is right now. That's what changes our behavior. So parigraha will not happen if we understand the nature of this world and our own nature. And aparigraha will be a natural consequence of that. I hope this makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
I
Avinash
have
ji
to.
has a
Uh,
question. Yeah, please. You raised your
uh,
hand. Please.
yes, this is regarding you said swadhyaya
Uh-huh.
means study of self study.
Uh-huh.
And in that, who I am, rather in Sanskrit say ko aham.
Yes.
So thereafter it says aham brahmasmi,
Uh-huh.
and thereafter they say that brahmam satyam jagat mithya. That means I, who is here, is the part of God or God and infinity rather, and I am the only one who is truth. Rest everyone doesn't belong to. Rather, I don't understand this concept.
You don't understand this concept. Okay.
Yes.
So, if you say that I am the only one here, you tell me, based on your own experience, have you not had just your experience? Have you had anybody else's experience? In your household also there are four people, you, your wife, your son and your daughter. All four of you have a different experience of life. Each one of us has a different and a unique experience of life. Each one can experience only our own consciousness or awareness. I cannot experience your consciousness and you cannot experience my consciousness. You think I'm conscious because I'm behaving like you. We infer other people's consciousness because they appear to behave the same way we do. That's why we think they are conscious. Consciousness is manifested as life in human beings. Consciousness actually is manifested at 4 different levels. Consciousness is manifested just as existence in the soil or in the stones, in the mountains. Material. Okay? It is existence. When you look at plants, in plants you will see existence and you will also see life. Plants are alive, correct?
Yes.
Then the third stage will be animals. In animals you will see existence, life, and knowledge. So plants, I mean animals know where to go find food, where to go do a nest, where to go and how to procreate, and all those things animals know. So animals have more knowledge. But what about human beings? In human beings, there is existence, life, knowledge, as well as the ability to recognize who we are, self-awareness, or the ability to recognize our own selves, which is called bliss. See, our essential nature is not only awareness, but also existence and then bliss. And it is infinite. One of the Upanishads says that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So if my nature is infinite, then within that nature everything is included. So where is this blessed other? There is no other. The other only appears where? In my own consciousness. I see you as separate from me only when I'm awake. But I can see only your physical form. I can only experience you through my 5 senses. Your
Right.
awareness or your consciousness, I have to deduce, I have to infer. That consciousness is infinite. My consciousness is not different from your consciousness. There are no two different consciousnesses. Once I realize that, then my behavior towards you will be driven by the golden rule. I will do to you what I would like you to do to me, or I will not do to you what I would like you not to do to me. So that would be the golden rule. So our Sanatan Dharma tells us Sanatan Dharma is the eternal way of life. It says that internally we should be always looking to figure out who we are. Self awareness or self consciousness, self realization is the ultimate goal of every individual internally. Whereas externally in the outer world, our goal should be to treat other people the way we would like other people to treat us. That will be the outward manifestation of this understanding. Why? Because if I treat you badly, and you can also treat me equally badly or even worse.
Correct.
Recently, I heard this story that somebody who used to hate another country's head, they packed some dung, animal waste, into a packet and sent it to the head of the other country. All right. Now that head of country saw that, and then he created, I mean, he got the best thing in his kingdom, which was, say, in this today's world would be a small computer chip. He closed that into enclosed that in an envelope, and he sent it back to that person with a note saying that you sent us the best thing you had, and we are sending the best thing we have. So our relationship in this world should be we should give our best to the world. Even if the world throws junk at us, we should do our best. If we can live in this manner, then we will have lived according to the dream Patanjali Muni had for us. If Patanjali Muni were to come here and see some of the yoga classes that are going on, he would roll in his grave. He'll say, this is not what I had taught you. Yoga is not just exercises. If you twist yourself into an impossible shape and then you are not able to get out of it, then what? Patanjali Muni will say, I have not told you to do this. I have told you yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Why? Tada drashtu sarupe avasthanam. You have to realize who you are. But you are stuck with bodily shapes. Then what? So then we will have misunderstood Patanjali Muni's teaching completely. I had promised you I'm going to show you certain things. I'm going to pull out a couple of slides here, okay? So share my screen. And here I'm going to show you very quickly. I'll go through these slides very quickly, okay? So how do we maintain optimum health? We go through appropriate food, appropriate exercise, appropriate work, appropriate recreation, appropriate rest. This is based on a shlok in the Bhagavad Gita. It says, Yuktahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnavabodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. This is all too much Sanskrit for all of us, right? Even I don't understand Sanskrit. I have just memorized this verse. Yuktahara means what kind of things we put into ourselves. Not just the food, but all the things through all of our five senses. They should be proper. Then appropriate exercise and work, yukta vihar. Yukta cheshta means appropriate exercise, appropriate work, appropriate recreation also. Then what will happen? Yukta swapna avabodhasya. If we behave properly in the waking experience, then our dreams will also be good. So, a lot of us see horror movies before going to bed. And then we think that our dreams are going to be good. See, if you are Krishna Bhakta, if you follow Lord Krishna has a beautiful aspect of his being, which is he plays the flute and he woos all the young women and so on. He is a charm. He is a darling. If we watch horror movies and if we imagine that Krishna is going to come into our dreams playing the flute, that's not going to happen. Another aspect of Krishna is he is a warrior and he has a Sudarshan chakra. He has this wonderful ring. If he throws that ring, then it is capable of severing somebody's head also. That's what he will come. That's how he will come in our dreams if we are watching horror movies before going to bed. So yukta hara, yukta vihara, yukta cheshta, yukta karma, yukta swapna, yukta avabodha. Avabodha means waking. So if we are good during our waking experience, then we will have yukta swapna means dreams. If we live like this, then yogo bhavati dukkha. This is the way to get rid of all sorrow. Why would I not live like this? Because this aphorism or this shlok has stood the test of time for 5,000 years. It has not been recalled so far. So if I live like this can happen. I'm going to show you the pictures of my transformation. I'm going to skip many of the slides. I have many slides regarding food, nutrition, and how do we maintain good health and so on and so forth, gut microbes. Lots of things I talk about, but this is not the time to do that. I'm happy to do that at another time, but today we are going to talk about yoga, but I'll show you the transformation that's possible through yoga. I'm still going through my slides here. So this is the kind of transformation that is possible through purification of diet, pratyahara, and aparigraha. So I'm going to share the screen here. This is my sister Pooja, who lives in Pune. She used to be the way you look on the left hand side of the screen. Within about 6 or 10 months, she became like this through diet discipline as well as yoga. Then let's look at another picture here. This is another sister who lives in Mumbai. Within about a month, she started looking like this through pratyahara, diet purification, as well as yoga. Nainata is already here. She is my role model for maintaining this kind of discipline and reducing almost 40 pounds. Okay, don't laugh. Mandar, our brother, lives in Pune. He lost 20 kilos, which is about 45 pounds in 2 months. Sanjay Mane, he is our brother in Pune. He, within about 2 months, he lost about 10 kilos also. Priyanka Sarkar, I don't know if she's here, but she's my sister who lives in Dallas. she started looking like this. Another Priyanka, who's the daughter of one of my classmates, she was transformed through this lifestyle. This is Nainatai's daughter she was referring to, Ketki. She is PhD in pharmacy, D Pharm. She got completely transformed also. And this is how I used to look at one time. In about 4 months, I would say 3 to 4 months, I was transformed to this extent. And the parameters were completely awesome. So waist decreased, weight decreased, blood pressure became normal, sugar became normal, cholesterol became normal, all without medicine within about 4 months. And it has remained like that for the last 8 years. This is the kind of strength, balance, and flexibility one can experience even at this age. Therefore, we run a program called Sattva, which is a lifestyle management program which we advise people on how to eat, how to remain healthy through yoga. Our brother Colonel Avinash Mule is here. He has been a participant before. Nilima has been a participant. Nenata has been a participant. Many of these people have experienced the transformation, and maybe I should give a minute or so to each one of you to talk about your experience of diet purification, pratyahara, and yoga. Would you like to? That would be nice. Or if you're too shy, it's okay. Bola, Avinash Dada, would you like to say a couple of words? You
No,
do yoga
I
regularly.
couldn't. I was there about a month or so, but thereafter I couldn't continue with that diet and all because constraints at home. My wife was cooking something else, then I wanted to have some other diet, so it was not matching up. But anyway, I started eating when I'm hungry. I mean, that rule, I'm still following it. Yeah, I don't eat unless and until I'm hungry. So I'm reducing my weight. I was,
Awesome. And plus, yoga also helps. You're doing yoga every day. You do Surya Namaskar every morning, right?
yes,
Awesome.
the chakra.
Fantastic. Okay, so we have come to the top of the hour. Vandanatai,
Yeah. If you have like few more minutes, I have one question. So coming from the background of engineering, what inspired you to start the journey with yoga, and then as a speaker of Yogantan and Bhagavad Gita, how was that journey? How it all started?
it's all wonderful. It will require another session to do because it's not a short answer. It's a beautiful answer. I would love to do a program on that because you see, it doesn't matter what we pursue in life. At some point, you will realize it is not completely fulfilling. It doesn't matter what you do. Anything and everything worldly will come to an end. Even if the things we are pursuing aren't exhausted. So,
Mm.
I gave you the example of
Mm.
mango, right? So, Avinaji, I can mute you or you can mute yourself. How how many mangoes can you consume? Not many. How many things can we collect? Not many. See, even if I am hungry and there is a table full of food in front of me, how much food can I consume? Only to my stomach's capacity. In this world, there are so many things to pursue that the things in this world will not finish, and my ability to consume them will finish. So in Hindi, I should. It sounds much better in Hindi. इस दुनिया में इतने चने हैं कि उनको चबाते चबाते मेरे दांत घिस जाएंगे और टूट जाएंगे फिर चने खत्म नहीं होंगे. So the things in this world will not finish. They are infinite. But my ability to consume those things or interact with those things will diminish over time. Then what? If we are stuck with those things, if we have the desire to consume those things, then after we shed this body, we will take up another body, new model, and then we'll start the same thing again. Unfortunately, this appears to be a joyful activity, but it's not. When we are pursuing something, that pursuit itself is full of challenges, kashta, sorrow, difficulties, or pain. When we achieve that thing, when we obtain the thing that we are pursuing, then for a while it feels good, but we want to retain it. So for retaining it also, there is some effort involved. And if we lose it, then of course we feel very sad. So the thing we thought was the source of joy was a source of sorrow while obtaining it, while maintaining it, and after losing it. So what did we achieve? I'm not saying that we should not pursue anything in this life. We should. We should pursue goals. We should also be conscientious about our roles, our duties in our family, in the society, in the country. But there has to be a limit. So if we understand these things, we live well. I wish and I pray that all of us realize these things, understand these things. And this understanding, this realization results in self-discipline automatically. Thank you once again for inviting me,
Thank
and I
you.
would love to see you again.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dada. Just quick like questions. How somebody can enroll in the Bhagavad Gita program or the Sattva
Program.
thing?
Okay,
Yeah.
so what I will do is I will send you some links,
Mm-hmm.
and most welcome to share those with people who would like to join, and I'll be happy to have a chat with them at mutual convenience. Okay,
Yeah, perfect.
thank you.
So thank you, Dada, for for such a wonderful I will not say lecture, but a session on yoga today. Thank you so much. And thanks everyone for joining us. Hope you have learned, there are more like many, many takeaways from this session. Yeah.
Okay, so what I will do before we leave, I'm going to just say a peace chant, prayer, Shanti
Sure.
Mantra.
Yeah.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ नमस्ते.
Namaste, Dada.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for the
Oh my
wonderful
God, you are here.
session. Ah, yes, I am here, Dada. Thank
Awesome,
you.
awesome.
Namaste,
Good.
Thank you
Dada.
so much.
Thank you so much.
You are
You
most
are a
Thank
welcome.
super,
you.
super teacher.
Oh my God, thank
खरं
you.
खूप छान खूप छान
No doubt,
मनापासून
Saraswati's
he is.
blessing.
येस
No
नो
doubt,
डाऊट
he is.
म्हणजे माहिती होतं पण तरी ते परत परत रिव्हिजन वॉज फॅन्टॅस्टिक खूप छान
Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you very much.
धन्यवाद
You are
दादा
most welcome.
नमस्ते थँक यू
Dhanyavad, Dishatai.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome.
Thank you.
बंद करायचं?
Yep.
चल मी निघतो. See you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye.